Here's something you probably have never thought of. When someone using assistive technology lands on an image in your document with no alt text, do you know what they hear? Nothing. Just silence. And that silence is a barrier. Well, today, we're going to fix that. Let's go. Let's start at the beginning. Alt text, short for alternative text, is a written description of an image. It gets added directly to your HTML, your WordPress, or whatever platform you're using. And when someone who's visually impaired visits your site and they land on an image, their assistive devices will communicate what that image is about in the manner it is designed for. In the case of a screen reader, the description is read aloud. Basically, alt text is the bridge between your visual content and the people who can't see it. But here's where it gets even better. It's not just about screen reader users. Alt text also helps people with slow internet connections when images don't load. It helps search engines understand what your images are about. And it's a core accessibility requirement according to web standards. So when you get alt text right, you're winning on multiple fronts at once. And that's great. Now, you and I both know why accessibility matters. But what about alt text? Can't a machine just figure it out? The short version is no, not yet. They can certainly try, but they often still get it wrong. Like anything else done by AI today, it requires human oversight. And if your images don't have accurate alt text, you're creating a barrier. The good news is that alt text is one of the easiest wins in your entire accessibility toolkit. It costs nothing except for an extra minute or two. Alright, let's get to the core of the video. There's a real difference between alt text that describes an image and alt text that genuinely helps someone. Here's how to do it right. First of all, be descriptive but concise. Describe what's in the image clearly enough that someone who can't see it gets the full picture. 1 to 2 sentences maximum. Screen readers read alt text aloud. If it's too long, it can get tedious. Rule 2. If the image also serves a function, such as a logo that links to your homepage, describe where it goes, not what it looks like. So instead of red company logo, you'd write something like link to homepage. So for functional images, the function is what matters. Rule 3. Context is everything. The same image might need a different alt text depending on how you're using it. A photo of a coffee shop on a lifestyle blog gets cozy coffee shop with warm lighting and exposed brick. But if that same photo is used in an article about an accessible coffee shop, your alt text could mention the level door entrance or wide aisles instead. So surrounding content shapes what's relevant. Rule 4. Skip image of or photo of. Screen readers already announce they're reading an image. So if you write image of a dog playing fetch, what the user usually hears is image of a dog playing fetch. A bit repetitive, right? Just describe the content directly. Rule 5. Decorative images should get empty alt text. This one surprises a lot of people. If an image is purely decorative, like a divider line or a background texture, include the alt attribute, but leave the content between the brackets empty. This tells the screen reader to skip it entirely. But be careful here. An image with no alt attribute is different. The screen reader will probably read the file name instead. Here are a few mistakes people who are adding alt text sometimes make. Don't get too upset if you do this, just fix it and move on. The first mistake is keyword stuffing. Red running shoes, buy online fast 2026. Some people treat alt text like an SEO field to cram keywords into. But this harms screen reader users and it hurts your SEO too. Write for people first every time. Mistake 2. Leaving it for later. Adding alt text is easy to defer. I'll go back and add it later. But usually later never comes. Build it into your publishing workflow right now before you hit publish. Takes an extra 30 seconds per image. Mistake 3. Duplicating a caption. If you already have a visible caption under your image that describes it, your alt text doesn't need to describe the same thing. You can be briefer or just leave it empty if the caption already covers it. I wanted to save the best advice for last, so here it is. Writing good alt text isn't just the right thing to do, it's also one of the smartest SEO moves you can make. The reason is search engines can't see images, so when Google's crawlers reach an image on your site, they rely entirely on the alt text, as well as the surrounding content and a file name if it helps understand what the image is about. If your alt text is accurate and descriptive, Google can index that image properly, which means it can show up in Google image search, which is a good source of traffic. I'm not saying to write alt text for Google, write it for your users first, but just take note that when you write genuinely helpful, accurate descriptions, the SEO benefits naturally follow. So here's a quick overview of what we just discussed. Write alt text concisely, write it in context, don't use image of, leave decorative alts empty, and build it into your workflow now rather than later. Do all of that, and you're not just making your images accessible, you're making your entire document better for everyone. What can you do right now? Well, go to one page on your site and adjust 5 images. Check whether they have alt text and whether that alt text helpfully describes what the image is about. Just 5 images, that's your starting point. Did you find this video helpful? Hit that like if it was. If you want to hear more from me, hit subscribe too. I've got more accessibility topics coming your way soon. And I'll see you in the next one.